Hello, everybody. My name is Mark Holmgren. I'm one of the attorneys at the Goodman Law Group, and I am talking to you today about disclosure fees that associations and their management companies can charge in connection with the sale of a unit. Now, you probably know there are two statutes that govern this process in Arizona. The statute that governs condominiums is ARS 33-1260, and the statute that governs disclosures in connection with a sale in a planned community is ARS 33-1806. And I'm sure a lot of you out there already know the specifics about these statutes. They require disclosures, they limit the amount of fees that can be charged to $400, and they include a $1,200 penalty for violations. Well, I recently had an issue come across my desk where there was a bulk sale, and somebody bought over a dozen condominium units at the same time. As you probably can guess, they were trying to convert the condominium into apartments, and this was the purchase of the last group of units. So the management company received a request for disclosures, and it provided the disclosure. Then, after the sale went through, the buyer objected to the payout of the disclosure fees to the management company. Their argument was, hey, these statutes don't apply to bulk sales. So I sat down and took a look at the statute, looked at it more closely, and yes, there are exemptions in the statute that the statute does not apply to. And by the statute, I mean either one of the disclosure statutes. So if we look at the Condo Act 33-1260, Planned Community Act 33-1806, both statutes include similar language. They both exempt sales that are made pursuant to ARS 32-2181.02. And if you look at those statutes, they include an exemption for the sale of 6 or more units, lots, parcels, fractional interests in one transaction to one buyer. So in other words, a bulk sale is the sale of 6 or more pieces of land at one time to one buyer. And the disclosure statutes don't apply to that bulk sale. Well, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that for purposes of a bulk sale, you just pretend that ARS 33-1806 and 33-1260 don't exist. So that means that there's no requirement to give disclosures. There's no requirement or there's no limit to charge $400 or less for giving that disclosure, and there's also no $1,200 penalty for violating the statute because it doesn't apply. So I think the legislative assumption here is that if you're buying 6 or more parcels of land at one time, you're a big boy, and you put those big boy pants on, and you negotiate your transaction the way you see fit. If you want disclosures, you ask for them. If you don't want them, you don't. So my recommendation to any condominium or planned community or a community manager who's dealing with a bulk sale is that you take a look at the management agreement to see what it says about disclosures. Also take a look at the governing documents for the community association to see what they say. Because in the absence of any statutory guidance, those documents would probably be the only ones to contain any sort of restrictions or limitations on disclosures. It would also be a great idea to just simply, if you receive a request for disclosure, reach out to whoever's asking for it, be it the escrow company, the buyer, the seller, or whomever, and make sure that they understand they're going to be charged for that, and make sure they understand how much that will be. Now, barring all of this, if you just receive a request for disclosure in the normal course of business for a bulk sale, there's nothing that says, unless you look at those documents and they say, but there's nothing that says you can't just send off the disclosures as requested in the normal course of business and charge that normal $400. That's the industry norm, and there is a presumption that disclosures be given. The statute says that. So in the future, if you have any questions when dealing with bulk sales or any other legal issues, feel free to reach out and contact me or any of the other attorneys here at Goodman Law Group, and we'll always be happy to help you out. Thank you very much.